you ready? Ayo! Can you guys believe it? It's the last of the backlogs as we know
normal backlogs are done with this one. Sorry.
Yeah. Hello everyone, welcome to the Weeb Club. I mean, obviously that'll go, I'll probably put like that before the fucking, because I'll edit this, but like, you know, hello everyone, welcome to the Weeb Club. It's the Hyouka opening, and Vindy's grandma is still here during this recording. Or Hyouka,
from episode 8,
Hyouka
she's
episode.
returned to talk about Hyouka.
She's back.
Why were you watching Hyouka, man?
Because we had our patrons voted us to it. Thank you to everyone on patreon.com/. Is it patreon.com/Weeb Club or Weeb
Why'd your grandson make you watch it?
Is it
because he likes the show? It's not
Weeb
that hard.
Club. Patreon.com/Weeb Club.
I know it's hard for you to follow along, but try to keep up.
So he made his grandma watch it for him instead?
Can the other old person explain this for me?
He was busy watching.
Oh, you're right. My bad. Sorry. He had nothing. He was too busy to do the thing that we needed him to do. You're right.
That the patrons paid him for.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Grandma stepped in and watched the show.
Fucked up you think about it.
Yeah. I'd use my grandparents to alleviate my workload, but they're all dead.
You haven't seen your fucking grandparents since the fucking dawn of time, motherfucker. You need a fucking, like...
Because they're all dead.
It's okay, Craftsdwarf. I have one living grandparent. Oh, wait, no, fuck. Vindy has one living grandparent, and she's here today. Should we go over... first of all, I know normally there's like a next time we're going to watch this. There is no next time, motherfuckers. Y'all are on your own.
Well, it's more like, we're going to play it more fast and loose with it, I think.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
it's like want to play it. Fuck.
I mean, I assume the next backlog that'll come out that isn't a duo episode, or it will be 2 people, but it'll either be, but most likely it'll be Nun and I talking about Kingdom Hearts, or it'll be the 4 of us talking about Sword Art Online. So that's like...
Well, the next one comes...
that's never
I don't know
happen.
what's coming out after this uploads, but
well,
the next one
the next
out,
backlog recorded, right? Will be one of those 2. Just like absolutely.
Well, the next one just coming out from today is the Dragon Quest one.
I meant things that we're actually going to call backlogs.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea, right?
It will be one of those 2.
Yeah,
like, it just absolutely has to.
Okay, that makes sense. If you finish Sword Art Online, it might be
if I finish SAO before Nun finishes Cage 3 and Mom, it'll be SAO. Most likely, Nun's going to finish Kingdom Hearts first, in which case it'll be Nun and I talking about Kingdom Hearts.
I don't have the money to buy Melody of Memory, so...
It'll still probably Nun getting the money to buy Mom and finishing Mom first. Because now I'm in the middle of fucking 3-series show.
So you're going to tell me that Nun's doing your mom?
You're so toxic.
Doing your mom.
Either way, I feel like to actually get into this, we should give the disclaimer of how long it's been since Craftsdwarf, Nun, and I watched Hyouka, just so people understand where the discussion's coming from.
So yeah, I watched the show preparing to do the backlog on time.
Win was on time.
Craftsdwarf, come here for a second. Are you telling me and you were the only ones who actually went and watched it for the sake of the Weeb Club? These 2 did not go and rewatch the series. Is that what you're telling me?
We'll get to it. You don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe None did. Maybe he didn't.
No, I know you.
So, I'm gonna ask if these dates have any significance to you. The first date is November 15th, 2020, and the second date is December 1st, 2020.
November 15th, 2020 is when I believe I was in the middle of nonstop November. I believe December was very cold that day. That's what significance those have to me, Craftsdwarf.
Well, those were the days I started and ended Hyouka.
You'll go blind if you do that too much.
What does that have to do with anything?
That is a grandma thing to say.
Fuck?
It'll get in your eyes.
Why would I be coming in my eyes? Hello?
You're not producing that much.
Why am I aiming towards my eyes, dude?
Have you never heard that? The masturbation.
Yeah, I've also heard that it grows hair on your palms.
Fucking turn into a furry? I mean, that makes sense, you know. Pokemon
It's
fans
literally
are wild.
like a common, like, fucking, like, Bible Belt
And
sex
I'll
thing
say
that masturbation makes you blind. Are you fucking kidding me? What?
This show gave me a lot of hair on my
Oh,
palms.
yo,
anyway.
it's same.
So
High
when
five.
did you
1, 2,
guys
3, go.
All
watch
right,
the
what
show?
the what? When did you
None of
watch the
Vindy.
show?
When
When did you finish it? Give me, tell me how many days ago from recording did you watch episode 24 or 25? I don't know how many it is.
22.
Oh,
So, Craftsdwarf, when did you finish the show?
he just said.
I literally just fucking
that's
said.
good.
December 1st.
Are you stupid?
That's good.
What?
That's
Can we kick what out of the
That's good.
podcast?
Craftsdwarf, do you respect that I
Nunmanji?
listen to you?
No, shut up, Vindy. Nunmanji,
Yes.
when did you finish the show?
Vindy asked you, so you should like answer his
Hey,
question.
Nunmanji. When did you
Yeah.
finish the show, man?
Answer the fucking
Anyway.
question.
So today we're talking about Hyouka.
Wait, what? Did you not finish the show?
I literally finished
you
the show.
piece
It's
of
literally
shit.
on my mouse completed.
No, you didn't. I don't
Are you
believe you.
fucking
When
with
did you
me right
finish
now?
it? When did you
Like,
finish the show?
last
I
week.
would have believed you like 5
Like,
minutes
literally
ago.
Spoilers are
before we
starting in
recorded.
5 seconds,
Literally
motherfuckers.
before
Get
we
out of here.
recorded.
What the what? What happens in the last episode?
They see fireworks. Is what I remember happening.
No.
It's something like that. Oh no.
There's
no,
a
no.
parade.
There is a parade. No, okay. So the parade happens at the beginning of the episode, dude. At the beginning of it is when. Like, I didn't say the parade because it happens
Okay,
at the
got
beginning.
it.
Because
Got
there
it.
was a scene. There's a fucking scene
You
where
didn't
he's
see
looking
it.
at he's
All right,
looking at
Nunmanji,
hot
how long
lady.
ago did
And
you
he's
finish
like,
the show?
"Ooh, I'm curious, dog. Yeah. About her
Nunmanji.
asshole, dude.
I want what to answer the question because you asked him
He
first.
said like he
Well,
said
he
last
didn't
week.
finish
He
the
said last
show.
week.
Literally.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
wait, hold
Okay.
on. Nunmanji, I told you.
I know
after
we talked about
recorded
it
the
yesterday.
weekly,
Yes,
I
we
told
talked about
you
it some. Yes, I
that
know. But Vindy asked you, and I
watched
wanted
it
you to
for
say it on
you.
recording first.
Why did
okay?
you want me to say it? Okay.
This is
So
why
the
week
fans
not
can
come
know
back
what? What do you
with
mean?
any
Why
more.
did you want me to
They
say
Fans
it?
don't
Because
matter.
people are listening
Listen,
to what we're saying
I don't
right now.
value parasocial relationships, as we all know from the previous episode of the weekly. I do not.
That
value
episode
It's
will
not
be
the
like a month and a
previous.
half old by the time this
Good.
comes out.
They can go back and rewatch it. Suck my
Weeklies
dick
we
for all
haven't
I
even recorded yet are out.
care. Yeah, and
Also, that isn't even the previous weekly as the time of recording.
it is a previous weekly. It is a.
By the
previous
time we
weekly.
recorded, that was
Yes, it
two
is a
previous
weekly.
weeklies
A
ago.
previous weekly, right?
No, you said the previous.
I said a previous weekly.
Okay.
I'll put words on screen showing who's right
You
because
were-
I know it'll be me.
Hey guys, want to hear a funny joke? Vindy editing.
Anyway, the show was mid. Gianna's kind of hot. It was fine.
Wow.
Wait,
So
when
toxic.
did
7 out of
Nunmanji?
10.
When did Nunmanji watch the last episode?
Okay, so the last time I watched Hyouka was when I rewatched
Yep.
it to make my video on it, which was in August 2019.
what's in an OP,
What's
right?
that?
Okay.
Oh God.
2019 from Nun. All right. Someone asked me.
I
Vindy,
don't
when did
care
you
when
finish
it's
the show?
2017.
Last.
Yeah, see, this
Okay.
is literally going to be the
Okay,
show's
so-
backlog
Hey,
guys.
no, I remember so much about it. I actually can have a full conversation on the show. Y'all aren't even ready for this. I'm about to blow minds.
I'm ready to not have this conversation.
So Chitanda hot.
Yeah.
The senpai hot as well.
Ibarra, I wanted
Yeah,
to push
yeah,
me into the
yeah,
water
yeah,
and drown me.
And
What the heck?
Areki's like best friends ladies hot too. Hot ladies all around, honestly, in the show.
Oh, I
Me.
was talking about Ibarra. That's the
Ibarra's
other
not a
girl in the club.
senpai. Hmm?
No, fucking no, Fuyumi, Arisu.
Oh, I
Damn.
don't know who that is.
Damn.
The
dude.
fucking like fucking what?
I am. What the what?
The hot lady?
She's okay.
Chitana's pretty fucking hot.
He's talking about the chick with the hairband. with
The
long
one who
hair.
has like equally as much porn as Chitanda. Are you on fucking drugs?
I don't know who
Oh
that
my
is.
God,
If
I'm
I'm
posting
being-
a picture.
I don't think
being
I don't think
honest.
Vindy's grandmother can ask people if they're on drugs because
Yeah, you're
like
Oh,
of all
I remember that.
people.
I
Yeah,
remember. I do. Here's the thing, Craftsdwarf. Do you remember her being in the show? Because I do also remember her being in the show.
I remember this show
All
being
right,
in the
yeah.
show. I don't
So
remember
we
much
can
about
agree
her.
that we both agree that she was indeed in the show. All right.
Yes.
So man, that was a good conversation we had about that character, wasn't it, Craftsdwarf? Anyway,
Sure.
It's really,
Okay, before we get into spoilers,
You already said we went into spoilers because you sprung.
No, that was a
He's
joke.
toxic.
That was
He's
a
so
joke.
toxic.
Okay,
He's so
well.
toxic. He's trying to do this shit to us again.
No, I'm trying
We
to
already
talk about
fooled
the
anyone
fucking
who
episode
didn't want spoilers for
that
some
our
reason.
patrons fucking voted on.
Man, not only
Yeah, and it's already dog shit.
the fuck,
Yeah, and I'm trying to salvage it, Craftsdwarf.
you're doing a shit job of that.
I wonder why. I wonder who's trying to sabotage me
It's
at every
literally
turn.
no one's trying
Fucking
to
dark
sabotage it.
triad over here. Literally, not only
hey,
sabotaging me,
hey, Nunmanji.
sabotaging the patrons' money.
Hey, Nunmanji. Isn't it
Yeah?
interesting that he uses the words dark triad, the word dark especially, when referring to me? Isn't that interesting? Interesting, I think.
Well, that's because you're being a piece
That's
of shit.
rude. How am I being a piece of shit? See, this is so rude. Nunmanji's my only friend. It's fine.
Okay,
I like the show less than
Nunmanji.
you, but I'm still not like actively
tell me the
trying to make
premise
sense
of the
I'm
show. If
literally
Nunmanji doesn't
not.
want to, then
What the fuck?
Craftsdwarf, tell me the premise of the
I'll
show
tell the
right
premise.
now.
I'll tell the premise.
All right.
Okay, so like, I mean, people have already seen it, so like,
Talk
it
your
would be
shit,
weird to
man.
say it,
I
but
believe
sure,
you.
sure. So like, it's basically about the main character Areki, who
Yeah, it is.
he lives his life trying to not expend energy because he thinks that
Kinda like
doing
Craftsdwarf, he
things
doesn't wanna
in
put
the
images in
easiest
the
way
episode.
possible and doing the least he can is he thinks that's
Like
the best
Vindy,
way
he
he
doesn't
should
wanna
live
end
his
it.
life. But
Mhm.
Hot Lady Chitanda kind of changes that,
Oh.
and she
Yeah.
kind of makes him start actually doing things because he can't really say no to her. And the entire show is kind of like solving different mysteries because that's kind of like Areki's talent in a way. And
Right, like he's really smart and he's really good at like putting like
yeah, like when
two
he
and two
applies
together to make
himself,
four.
he does have like a particular standout aspect about himself, even though he kind of tries not to stand out and tries not to do things. But as the show progresses, he's doing more and more, and kind of that's kind of the basis of their club.
Yeah, like the show is like him kind of learning that it's okay to like expend energy into life, right? And to care about things.
Hey,
Yeah, like the
Nun's
show's
trying to-
basically
all
kind of like
created-
you can't live
Yeah.
your life like how Areki wanted to in the beginning.
Right. And it's all because like Chitanda is such this like like she's really cute and hot, right? But it's also like she's like a massive airhead and she's like really curious about everything. So like her catchphrase is literally like, what is it, like I'm curious about that or something? It's like
Yeah.
I'm curious. What is it?
Kini
Kinimani,
Mani,
whatever.
yeah.
And like the whole point is like she gets really curious about something and puts her fucking cute old anime lady face up in Hireki's face. He can't say no to it because she's like curious about something. And then because she's curious and Hireki can't say no to her, now he has to go put the mystery together and solve what she's curious about. Even though he doesn't even want to like be interacting with her in the first place because that takes up too much energy.
Yeah, and he
right?
like also
It's-
doesn't really care about what the actual answers are. And like in the first like couple episodes, he kind of tries not to like he does the bare minimum of like in terms of solving the mysteries, and even kind of trying to
Right.
There's
like
one
misdirect
where he
her
literally,
into like
yeah.
an easier mystery to solve that he kind of set up.
Yes.
It's just kind of five
right.
brain on his part, dude. Fucking like
Yeah, no, I
galaxy
mean the
brain.
guy could rival like fucking Light and L. Like let's be honest.
He's the smartest character ever. Dude,
I mean he's up there.
Too bad he can't.
I mean,
he's not better than
impregnate
There
Vindy.
is
Chitanda,
that
so
one
it's
episode
not that
that I
smart.
really want to talk about when we get to spoilers. But there is that one episode where he's like kind of so five-head, it's insane. If you guys know what I'm talking about,
What?
we'll get there. The really five-head episode. But no, I mean, and so then, what's the name of their club? What's their club called? I don't remember.
Isn't it Hyouka?
It's
Like,
the
is it-
Kyotenbu. It's the Kyotenbu,
okay.
the classics club.
Oh yeah, that's the
damn,
magazine
Hyouka's the
specifically
name
is
of the anthology.
Actually,
Yeah, and so they're the classics club, and they kind of just end up like going around like helping other clubs, and the show then kind of like has like kind of a climax around like them having to make the Hyouka, which is something for the culture festival.
yeah, it's the
Which is
anthology
like a magazine
for the
that was
school.
dead for a long time ago that they bring back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact: the original light novel this is adapted from is actually called Kotenbu rather than Hyouka. And I figure it's because Hyouka makes for a more marketable anime title than Kotenbu does, I guess.
Yeah, because that's what's interesting. The light novel, or no, not even the light novel.
It's a straight up novel, yeah.
Yeah, it was a novel, and it was Kotenbu, and then they changed it to Hyouka because, like, which I don't know how I feel about the change, because I feel like Hyouka.
Well, I wonder if part of it is because of, like, they already KyoAni literally has a show
called
already
K-On!,
named
yeah.
after,
Just
like, a
straight
club,
up just named K-On!,
right?
yeah.
So by naming it Hyouka, they're able to, like, distance it.
And this is
this
similar
show
enough to
from
K-On!, where it was still KyoAni, like, because I feel like, you know, when you talk about KyoAni, and I don't know if you guys agree with this, but I feel like KyoAni definitely, when you look at their, like, and I mean, we kind of talked about this with Tomoko Market, but I don't think we fully did. It's like KyoAni has, like, a progression that they've gone through with their like character designs, especially if you look at like certain things from, like, you know, you go back like all the way, like, you know, you go back to like Haruhi, and even like Haruhi through, like, even you just stop at like Koe no Katachi, right? There's like a change where it's like it feels very similar, but every time they change things a little bit, right? But Hyouka still looks very similar to like K-On! And Tomoko Market. It does look a little bit changed. And I think that some of those changes are like kind of like almost like elongating the faces and things that kind of transition more into Koe no Katachi. But it does still look very similar to K-On! Because it was like a 2012, 2013 show, right?
God, look at the fucking cover of this novel, guys. Do you see that? Like, it's just like a straight up just picture of like a school for like all these fucking like real life, like, I'm used to seeing the funny light novel covers or whatever. So like when I see a book once again,
yeah,
I'm like, damn.
Well, that's what the Haruhi novel covers look like the actual Haruhi novels, not the, because I don't know if you knew this, right? Because Haruhi is like light novels, right? But I've seen that there are like novel versions of Haruhi. So I look up like I think I can find them. There are like Haruhi novels, like actual novel versions. Of course, it's only showing me light novels on Google, but there are novel versions of Haruhi that have the exact same cover as what you just posted, really? And that's what's kind of interesting is the difference between, like, you know, on the cover of, you know, your light novel, you put your cute anime girl, right, front and center.
Well, you were just talking about how the character designs, like, I would argue that Hyouka kind of like, because I'm pretty sure it came out between K-On! And Tomoko Market, and I would argue that Hyouka is pretty different from both of those visually. Like, it's I guess if I would describe it, like, K-On! And Tomoko Market are way softer, where Hyouka has more of like a refinement to it. I guess, like, it's more like beautiful, if that makes sense. It's closer to like something more like Violet Evergarden.
Yeah.
It still leans more towards K-On! And stuff, but I feel like I'm not saying it's as much of a straight arc as you were kind of I was taking.
So I would
earlier.
agree with that, but where I guess I would differentiate is that, like, I think that, like, you know, Hyouka is almost like character design wise a bridge between like K-On!'s designs and like Koe no Katachi's. Because I actually think that Koe no Katachi's designs you can look at, and when you look at like when you look at a picture of like KyoAni characters going from one to the other, I think you can see how they changed the design to arrive at Koe no. Like, I wouldn't call Koe no Katachi designs and K-On! Designs the same, right?
Well, like, look at this.
But I would say that I think there's been, I think there's been like a definite like change in KyoAni designs, and I think Hyouka is a part of that, and then I think that Hyouka's designs feel like 2012 KyoAni when you look at it, right? Like, visually it looks like 2012 KyoAni, right? So, like, visually it's fucking beautiful, and then I do think that like there are points where I look at the characters and I'm like, yeah, like that looks like fucking, you know, like somewhat like K-On! It not in the sense that like, oh, it looks exactly like K-On! Because it is very different, but like I can see that it's the same fucking studio that did K-On! That worked on Hyouka.
What is this? So there's this thing called Yokoso Fest that showed up in my timeline, like when I was checking, and they homogenized the fucking KyoAni main character designs, and it's like I'm looking in the it's just so. Do you see what I like when you look at this? The fucking Yui looks cursed almost, right?
Well, yeah, I was gonna, because I guess to follow up on your point, Liz, what I would question after that is like just look at the character designers for KyoAni and see which shows share the same character designer. Right, because like in this case, like I would assume that this poster is drawn by the one person. So so they're adapting all these characters into their art style, which is going to be slightly different. So even though like that's recognizable Yui, it's also not because that's not the normal character designer.
I'm freaking the fuck out actually.
Okay, so look at it. So the guy did Hyouka did Free. He did Hyouka. He worked on K-On!
But he wasn't the main character designer, right? Or they.
But he was the character designer for Koei no Katachi.
Oh, so there it is. Right?
But that's what I'm saying. Is like, because I think even if KyoAni, and he was the chief animation director on Haruhi Season 2 and the Haruhi movie, and was the character designer for, I think, and was the character designer for Nichijou. And I mean, but that's, I think, what matters with KyoAni is because, like, and I mean, this is known, right? Like, I don't think this needs, like, proof to show that, like, even unlike other, animation studios, and this is why I think so many people have KyoAni as one of their favorite studios, is that, KyoAni is very much like, they keep a lot of their staff in-house, right? And they don't freelance everything. Or not even, but you know what I mean? Like KyoAni does way less freelance work, especially on the upper management side of their projects compared to other series, right? And I think because of that, even outside of just like this specific character designer, I think you can tell that like KyoAni has like this progression to their shows. And I think that does show in Hyouka as like this level of progression between like, A and C. It's like Hyouka feels like B in some aspects. Because I think Hyouka has more like K-On! In like certain parts of its design, like its character design, than like Koei no Katachi does. But it was the Koei no Katachi character designer, right? And I do feel like there's like
and I just checked, and so the K-On! Character designer also did the character designs for Tamako Market, and it's not a KyoAni show, but Kokoro Connect, which I remember like it kind of came out around the same time or a little bit after K-On!, and it was probably very intentional. Also like Lucky Star, but that's such a different art style,
right?
So.
Yeah, and I mean that's really and I don't think it's bad at all. I just think it's interesting to watch KyoAni shows because I feel like they like, especially currently, in like the modern anime climate, I think when you compare like KyoAni to like other things, like stylistically, like in some levels they're really close, and in some levels it's like they do feel a little different, and like you can look at KyoAni and see how their style has like progressed through the years, right? And I think that's part of why it's so interesting to watch specifically a KyoAni show for these backlogs is because of that.
Yeah.
Neat.
Oh my god, y'all are giving me editing work.
I'm trying. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say.
Well, I was stalling it. Someone else can talk.
I mean, are we still in the non-spoiler section?
I would love to, but yeah.
Okay,
we can move to spoilers if everyone
No,
else
I mean,
wants
I
to.
didn't.
Why don't you shut up for a second, old woman? Not you, Nun. You're so cute. And when you were talking about the synopsis of the show, it was really good, and I wanted you to keep talking. Just you. Sweet little voice. But anyway, opinions on the OP and EDs, because I have some. So I got controversial takes for saying that I like the first opening better than the second one.
So I just watched both openings prior to recording because I wanted to make sure that I had seen them both. It's OP2 and ED2 are legitimately, when you combine them, such a powerful combination of openings and endings. Like it's like up there with like the best Naruto opening and ending combinations.
Okay,
and the best like Gintama opening and ending combinations.
I feel like you just lose.
Okay,
I feel like this old
like
lady just losing her mind.
OP2 massively above OP1 and ED2 massively above ED1.
I wouldn't say.
I mean, OP2,
I don't remember OP1 or ED1. The only memorable ones from the show for me were OP2 and ending 2. So.
You're so sexy.
I like opening 1 more than opening 2. Part of that is because I the only reason I found out about the openings is because of Nun's video. So that's part of why I have more of like like an attachment to it, but I also just like the song better, I guess.
No, you're
Like,
wrong.
There's these little moments that it does in the first.
I mean, I just really like how OP2 is presented.
Yeah,
it's
I
so
mean,
good.
It's so sick.
It's Oreki trapped inside all the things and being pulled out by Chitanda.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes,
there's
but
certain
even
things...
the fact that it like when it shows like the bridge scene and like what I call the confession scene, because as far as I'm concerned, that's what it fucking is. Like it shows all these scenes before you even see them, as well as like all these other moments. It's so good.
And like I just like how opening 2 like basically kind of shows how, you know, Oreki does want to be pulled out of that like mirror, like the other side by Chitanda, because he is like, you know, running to, you know, find her or like find a way out. So it's like, you know, at that point in the show he is kind of being more active and, you know, recognizing that like he's not really lying to himself, because like the gray life thing isn't really like fully how he feels.
And to pull out the WattheWut, you know, lyric analysis, looking at a sub of the lyrics, at the moment he gets pulled out of the, you know, thing, it says, when you want to change, just start running. I hope you choose this moment and the light that lies before you. We don't know where we might go, so after the sign. Like, as he's getting pulled out. Like, that's so good.
Yeah. And of course the ending and the second ending is just adorable.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, ending-wise, it's not close. If you prefer ED1, you're horny and you need to actually go to horny jail.
Look, the only
because
reason
here's the problem.
Because you're horny.
Now I remember ED1.
The only reason you would remember ED1 is because you're horny, and it's like, yeah.
No, well, once horny was brought up, I'm like,
here's the problem.
Not as good. Like objectively, this
no,
song
shut up.
is just not as good.
It's not even about the song.
Dude, you've been talking nonstop for so long. Shut up for a second.
Okay,
yeah, so like, ED1 is just like, yeah, they're in cute outfits, they're in sleeping wear or whatever, and it's just like, okay, cool. But ED2 has like this fucking thing where they're the fucking Sherlock Holmes and Watson, and they're fucking chasing after their boys, and their boys escape their grasp, and it's fucking cool, cute shit, and it's really good, and the song's a fucking banger. It's like the most fucking good shit ever, and I was like, yeah, I remember, I fucking like was watching it, and I had to stop, I had to stop and just watch it for, like, really watch it for a bit, the ED.
No, I normally, like, when the ED is playing, that's usually when I, like, go to update Mal, check Discord, check Twitter, that kind of thing. But I watch that ED a lot.
Good ED.
Like, I don't... You don't skip Hyouka
Dude, the
ED
fucking
too.
pose they're doing at the end where they're, like, the fucking... Where it shows the posters and it says cold case on both their faces. And fucking Chitanda and Mayaka are just like, oh no.
No,
it's so good.
it's
I love
cute.
it.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. I just found myself enjoying opening 1 more than opening 2, because I remember I was like immediately liked the first opening more, and I don't know. Maybe it's probably more so the song than it is the visuals, because in terms of visuals, opening 2 is stronger in like what it does. I just don't like the song itself as much. I mean, it doesn't matter because ED2 is a fucking eclipses everything else, so it doesn't even, you know.
Yeah. I mean, are we? Do you guys have more? Well, Vindy wanted to say more on the openings and endings. I was gonna change topic.
Thank you, Craftsdwarf, for allowing me to talk. Yeah, I think that it doesn't matter how horny you are for ED2, because the moment in ED2,
ED1 is what you meant.
No. I'm talking about ED2.
Oh, horny?
It doesn't matter how horny you are for ED1.
Yeah.
Because the moment in ED2 where they have the boys captured
yeah.
and they're like too shy to look them in the faces, and it shows both of them like handcuffed to them, like too shy to actually look at their fucking faces. If it doesn't make you hornier than anything in the show or anything in ED1, like you're just fucking delusional, and you honestly
you have a fetish
need to
for sleeping
seek
girls.
medical attention.
Well, let me pull something up actually,
because that moment, I swear to God,
having a
every
fetish
time
for
I
girls
watch
who are
the
asleep
ED,
isn't weird.
It makes
it's weird,
me
but it's not like
hornier than
medical
anything
attention
else.
weird.
Hold on, let me fucking
Sad.
pull up this fucking. I'm looking at this fucking this like the part of the ED part of the ED where it's like it's showing like their wanted posters, and it's the fucking funniest thing.
You realize that the moment you're about to talk about was like my screensaver for like a year. Because it's so
No,
good.
like his fucking face is just so fucking like.
Hold on.
He just not want to be there. He's so upset.
All right, maybe not what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just fucking like take this screen cap. This is so fucking funny. This fucking image of like
this part. This part.
I'm mainly looking at like his face because I was like looking at his fucking face.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I used the screenshot of them like in front of that.
I know, yeah, I like that one, but
like this
face, yeah,
and like this, like if these two screenshots don't like set something off, something primal, like some kind of fucking like dinosaur caveman urge off in you, like evolution failed you, and like you deserve to stay single for the rest of your life because social Darwinism and Darwinism as a whole will fucking feed you to the sharks, motherfucker.
Bruh. Dude, man, you know what? Like, at all, like his facial expression for the entire time during this fucking eating is so funny. Like, it's the same. It's just like,
I love Areki. Areki doesn't give a fuck, bro.
He's just
So yeah, I just to shift the topic a bit. The show is really good. Like it's KyoAni. Like of course it is. But I did, because of the show like not quite being like the cutesy stuff that they're like K-On! And Tamako Market that we've already talked about a bit. I think I don't know. It looks really good and interesting. Like I'm trying to think, is there another KyoAni show that quite fits the same style? Like I compared it more to like Violet Evergarden, Koen no Katachi.
I mean, I don't think.
Well, that's still a very
from what
different
I've
setting.
seen, it looks
I
like
don't
that.
think there's a single KyoAni show that I've seen that does like. I mean, like if I look up like Hyouka, right? Hold on, like the scene in episode 1 with Chitanda's hair, right? Like.
Oh no, the character animation is really good, like with just the movements and the little things that the characters do and stuff.
So yeah, I mean, so part of it I think for me is the character animation, but also like when it goes to like this level of abstraction. Now again, I haven't seen Violet Evergarden, which show I'm bringing up, but I haven't seen a KyoAni show that uses like this level of like abstraction or this level of
like Violet Evergarden is probably way prettier than this show, but I wouldn't say it uses that kind, or like having little fairy chitandas and stuff like that. I wouldn't say it uses that level of kind of like abstract visuals to represent more,
far more
the feelings of things
with like trying to ruin your life. Forever.
Yeah, I mean, would y'all agree that Hyouka at the very least like is a very unique KyoAni show?
No, 100%, right? Like because like we've been bringing up all these other. Shut the fuck up! No, I'm kidding.
Whoa! You know what?
But
gaslight.
Can
you know
I finish
what?
my thought?
You've been corrupted by these women. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Look, the men are us. Society. We have been fucking changing.
I made a joke with Mathwis. Or maybe I thought about this joke myself, where it's like we need to invite Mathwis into the Nen show and then kick out like most of the members, so we can have, instead of we have the Dark Triad, we have the gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Dude,
so
you're so funny, dude. Man, imagine being as funny as Craftsdwarf.
Anyway, I'm not funny. Anyway, shut up now. Fuck, I almost forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no, we've been comparing to all these other KyoAni shows, but I do think it's pretty unique in their catalog, at least from the ones I've seen, where it's like Tamako Market is very fluffy and wholesome and romance. K-On's really funny. And then it like guts you when you least expect it. Violet Evergarden is like, okay, the parts in K-On that gut you, it's the whole show. Fuck you.
Violet, listen, Violet. I had my parents watching some episodes of Violet Evergarden, and like almost every other moment, my mom was like, "Oh my god, oh my god, that's so sad. What the heck?" Fucking the shot.
Right. Where with Hyouka, it's more like it's kind of toned down, right? Like it's like you know, slice of life regular thing, but it's not like, it doesn't have the energy of K-On! Atomica Market.
It's
you know, it's just, it's, you know, it's more relaxed almost, with all still, you know, being pretty. It's like not super dramatic, it's not super funny.
It's like an in-between
right?
thing, yeah.
It's
like,
yeah. And that's interesting.
Well, yeah, like I wouldn't call K-On! An Iyashikei show, but you know what? It's probably closest to an Iyashikei show that I can think of all the shows that have been mentioned, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of episodes are super chill and like peaceful, you know?
Right.
I think you're right.
Where, yeah, in this case, like, the show is overall, like, peaceful, but even then, like, the mysteries they're dealing with are you know, they're never, like, they don't deal with, like, murder mysteries, or anything like that, but, like, the closest thing to a murder mystery is literally, like, a movie, right? You know, so, like, yeah, it's a mystery series, but it's, even then, it's just kind of, like, toned down and, you know, grounded, and you know, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we don't have any more general thoughts, we can.
I want to fucking pick up Chitanda and go into spoilers.
Okay. Spoilers. I'll put the time on the screen for when the final fucking, you know. When to skip the for final thoughts, whatever. Spoilers.
Spoilers?
Yeah, so, I don't know. Well, I guess to start us off with, did you guys have, like, a favorite, like, mystery or a favorite, like, arc or segment kind of thing?
I mean, I know what my favorite moment in the show is.
Okay. Because I would say, I guess, my favorite... Oh, yeah, no, I think my favorite, like, arc, I guess, was probably the Culture Festival, where they had the missing objects, but there was just so many, like, the cooking contest... And, like, Araki helping during that.
I love the moment where Araki... And, I mean, this is, like, a classic Vindy PFP, right? Like, I've had this so many times. Like, when he throws the thing out of the PFP, or out of the window, and then you see him clapping out of the window, like, as lazily as possible.
No, that was your sub-notification thing on Twitch for a long time, I think.
It still is. It might not be.
Oh, really?
No. It's not anymore. Okay. But, yeah, like, it used to be my sub-notification on Twitch. Was him clapping out of the window after, like, throwing the thing down. I mean, yeah, no, it's like fucking... I love that moment.
Yeah, no, there's just, like, a lot of good and fun stuff there. And I think one thing that I remember is, like, with Chitanda herself, because, like, yeah, she gets, like, hyper-fixated on these mysteries and stuff. And I remember, I think it was an article somewhere that I just, like, saw the title of it. Even I didn't read the article, but it made me think about it. I was like, oh, yeah, like, Chitanda is kind of an, you know... She's a portrayal of ADHD, where she not only, like, hyperfixates on things, but as we see in the Culture Festival, she gets easily distracted because she's like, she wants to go do this thing and she's doing her best. She's trying, but there's so much fun stuff going on in the festival that she keeps, like, getting distracted, and she's like, but what was I doing? Oh, and she's just really cute during it, and, like, there's just a lot of good stuff. And so I would say, like, that's probably my favorite overall, like, section of the show personally.
Right.
So I was just wondering if you guys had parts that you liked.
My favorite part of the show. Okay, so I'll bring up two moments. One of them will be a shorter moment, which is the episode where Chitanda gets, like, drunk as fuck.
Oh,
and, like,
right.
that bitch is wasted.
Oh, the bonbons that had alcohol in them, and she ate them all.
And she's so fucking wasted, bro. Like, that bitch is a white girl wasted. She's, like, in the middle of everyone. And she's, like, getting, like, a mixture between, like, horny and, like, all this other shit. And she's so funny, bro. I love the episode where Chitanda gets wasted. That shit's funny as fuck. And then the other big moment for me is the moment between Araki and fucking Satoshi on the bridge, where he, like, fucking grabs him and he, like, tells him, like, look, motherfucker, like, I know you're, like, taking, like, this, like, half and half, like, passive ass, lazy ass stance when it comes to you and fucking Ibarra, but, like, at some point you have to fucking man up and be an adult about it. And you can't just live forever, like, being this fucking pussy and not growing up. Because I think that, like, that moment's so good because, like, Araki, like, understands, like, look, like, not only could he not be lazy in every instance, But like other people can't be lazy. Like it is lazy and easy and energy consistent for fucking Satoshi to like continue to like fucking string this girl on and not, do anything with her. But that like you can't do that to someone that's fucked, right? And like you have to fucking grow up and be an adult and put in the effort to at least decline them, like, the feelings they have for you. And I fucking love that. Because I think that singular moment more than anything shows the change in Areki's character throughout the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
So I fucking love it.
No, it's good. What about you, Nun?
I mean, I'm not entirely sure what my favorite moment is, because I do not think about Hyouka enough to know. But my my favorite arc is the school festival, because as a whole it has like the most good stuff in it, and like the most like change across the characters, and like even though I do think the ending is solid, at least from what I remember, it's only a single episode. It's not like an arc. I don't remember it being one.
No, it's like me and Nun were actually talking about this, like, was it last night or was it like the night before? I feel like it was the night before. We were
it would have been Saturday night. We're talking on Monday. It would have been Saturday night. You all talked about it because it would have been after.
So me and Nun were talking on Saturday night, right? And after the Weeb Club recording, and I was just kind of like, yeah, it kind of like the school festival arc definitely has a definite climax of the series. It's just it has a definite climax, but it's not a climax to the season so much. Like Nun kind of made the point that it doesn't fully end things as well as it could. So like the next three or four episodes are dedicated to like other things, like Ibarra and the Valentine's Day episode, which fucking
right, or Chitanda and Oreki get stuck in a shed in the middle of like the New Year's stuff, and they have to find out how to fucking get out.
Oreki has a sexual awakening when he sees fucking fucking Chitanda and fucking that get up she had. He was like, I'm curious, I'm horny as fuck.
Yeah, like school festival is good, but you do like, even though what seemed to like be a little let down by last episode, I still think you need that last episode if Hyouka's not gonna get like a continuation in any form, because
it's the only way it could have ended.
Well, I checked, and apparently the original novel series is still ongoing, or at least it's so it's not like there really could be an ending. But I thought the ending was fine. Oreki changed a little bit, and like even the fact that like the last few episodes go through so much time, right? Like it starts in spring again, and Oreki's like change, it goes on, whatever, that kind of thing.
Listen,
the blood changed from being in his body to being in his
here's
dick.
The point, right? The point of Hyouka is that good pussy changes a motherfucker, right? That's the point of the series, right? Good pussy cures depression. Here's the accurate representation of their dynamic that I found on fucking Google Images. Look at that fucking image. I did read somewhere there's like a bunch of like people making their own little takes on this. What do you think about the take that like Oreki kind of represents, if Chitanda represents ADHD, right? ADD. Oreki kind of represents like it's like a how there's like different types of depression, right? I guess where like
I can name 3. What? None.
Yeah,
What?
let's go. But
why is this white man
Can you
doing
guys
that?
believe that Craftsdwarf is turning our mental illness into content?
He would
How
do that actually.
toxic.
He would do that actually though. But
Have you guys not seen your own channels?
What
You know
a
what?
dark triad thing to do.
We are naming this episode.
You know what, Craftsdwarf? I uploaded a video 2 days ago, and it's doing terrible. So you know what? Why don't I just never release content again?
I thought you were gonna say I uploaded a video 2 days ago and it gave me depression.
That
and I'm like,
too.
Okay, I don't know why I thought that.
What should we
but,
name this? Capitalizing on depression, marketing depression? Like, what are we fucking calling this episode?
Craftsdwarf loves depression.
Poggers. That'll be the.
Well, I have to. I know more people who are depressed than I do know people who aren't. As far as like my personal like circle of people like I'm close. Like
Craftsdwarf, that's because you're in the fucking anime community where none of us are mentally well.
Craftsdwarf said
most of the people I'm counting aren't in the anime community.
Okay, well, he's lying to us now.
He's lying. Liar.
I'm just everyone I know in the anime community is depressed.
Well, but yeah, like they kind of pointed out that like when you watch this series, it's not like Oraki's like outwardly like aches or whatever. He just can't. He doesn't feel anything for most things, right?
Right.
He just. It's
and
like
that
it's
is
like
no. I mean, I would agree that is a very legitimate form of like depression. I would just argue that I think the series doesn't focus on specifically like depression
it doesn't glorify
as much.
It just kind of like
And
it just
also, but no, I would agree that that's not true. Because I think that, like, here's my problem with that, okay? The thing that fixes Areki is Chitanda's existence. And I would say that, like, saying that, like, a woman can fix depression is, like, so, like, not just because they're women and they're inferior beings, but, like, legitimately, like, to say a single person can fix your depression is so, like, it's like just telling someone who's depressed to not be sad all the time, right?
Listen, man.
I mean, like,
good pussy.
Yo, Areki,
good
stop
pussy
being
changes,
sad.
Good pussy changes a man. All right, that's the point of the series.
Shut up.
even though I'm not like fully behind the reading of like Oreki having depression, even if I can like see it, I don't think like you like if he did have depression and what happens in the show with Chitanda, happens. I don't really think it's fair to just say that, the show's like, it would be saying that, Chitanda just cured his depression, especially when like, we don't like, even at the end of the series, he does still kind of have some of his like problems a little bit. And we also don't know what happens after, so it's not really fair to say.
That pussy's pretty good, man.
I would say that like ultimately like the big thing the series is focusing on, right, is that like the Chitanda is because like I personally, I don't know if y'all would, I would describe Hyouka as a romance series. I think Hyouka is a romance series.
Probably.
I think Hyouka is very much centered around the romance between
I guess
Areki and Chitanda.
Yeah, Areki and Chitanda,
like,
and it also has Satoshi and Mayaka, so like just those
right.
Two pairings. It's just like
the core center of the show in a lot of ways is the fact that Chitanda is like pulling Areki out of like how he feels and is kind of helping him grow through how she feels. And how she is as a person. And I think the fact that, I would absolutely call what happens in the last episode of Hyouka a confession. I would say Areki absolutely fucking confesses to Chitanda. And I think that confession is like because the last episode has a confession, it's like, look, to me, like, the series is a romance series between these two characters. Because the entire series is what, at least personally in a romance series, what I love, which is when you have a main character or you have two people growing and learning off of each other and kind of like growing as people and becoming better people through the other person being in their lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Epic.
Translated, good pussy changes a man. Look,
All right.
that's the point of the show. What do you want from me?
Look, Chitanda is cute. I did also like Ibarra. She's small.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, let's
really
go.
Said,
Imagine. I am.
Look, I'm just looking at my notes, and from the OVA,
Dude.
I have a note that says, "God, Ibarra, push me underwater, please. God, drown me." Just.
Are you okay?
guys, no.
No.
So he's might be spitting because like I
My other note is I want to pick
oh
up
my god,
Ibarra.
oh my god, have you see this fucking art for the OVA? Have you seen
Yes.
I don't know if y'all would agree with me, but I would definitely say that like Chitana's like easily one of the most attractive KyoAni characters I've seen.
See, no, I agree, and like one of the things I love about KyoAni is how they're able to like show like sexuality in a way that isn't necessarily like Chitana doesn't just have big boobs, but like there I have another note.
Big ass.
I guess there's a it says, "Oh shit, Chitanda's collarbone too lewd," because I think Areki like sees like it just zooms in on like her collarbone and that neck area, and Areki gets like a little flustered over it, right? Like they're able to show like how it is kind of erotic. Some of these like finer details that they draw.
I think that like because like, I always say, but it's also like the thing that gets Areki off the most, that has him the most into Chitanda, is her face. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's her face when she tells him that she's curious, and the way she leans into him. And like part of that is her collarbone stretching out through her uniform. But like, yeah, like it is, not just her tits and her ass, right? I think that's super interesting.
Yeah, and well, to give another example from a different show that I think is kind of why I think that way is an episode that a lot of people really connected to the point that they didn't like in season 2 and they didn't go that direction with the relationships was like episode 8 of Hibike Euphonium, where you have Reina and Kumiko together hanging out, and like like when fucking like Reina like runs her finger down Kumiko's face, like that's fucking hot. Like,
right.
Or even just like for some reason like you like just the details that are drawn on like their backs, and like they're like really attractively drawn without necessarily being like sexually like hypercharged, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that KyoAni like is able to do that, and I really thinking about it, I can't think of a lot of other shows that outside of KyoAni that have done stuff like that where they
generally when you want to make a girl hot, you just show me her fat ass and her big tits, and I'm into it.
Right, like the ones that you posted literally in this channel before while you're watching a show, and you're like, "Hey, hot girl, I'm gonna post the ass and the tits."
That's what the show focused on.
Right, exactly. But yeah,
I just made an incredible discovery, right? So I checked the voice actors for Chitanda, and I realized something that makes her even hotter. You know who else she voices?
He's gonna say something cringe.
I'd like them to say something.
It's Windy!
Oh my god. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with him?
I really don't know what she sounds like as Wendy.
Like Chitanda, actually, a little
bit.
Do
I want Wendy to be curious about my dick? A little, but
She's also Tanjiro's voice actor, so make it that one.
Yo. She's also Ritz's voice actress.
Huh.
Yeah,
dude, she voices Tanjiro? Damn. I need to go.
I mean, I think we can. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think of? Because I do want to talk about a lot the episode or the moment with like Areki on the bridge with what's his name, Satoshi. At least ask y'all
much y'all about it aside from what
you just.
I remember what you said basically.
Keep talking. I'm just gonna Vindy gave me a horrible idea.
Oh god.
Just keep talking.
Well, I'm asking you your thoughts, motherfucker.
Me?
Okay. You know what? It's easy to keep talking. I'll bring up the 5-minute episode I mentioned earlier, which is the episode where it's fucking Areki and Chitanda in like the classroom alone or the club room alone after school, and Areki uses like just the fucking like newspaper article or whatever to figure out like the entirety of
dude, that's literally the best episode of the series. Literally the best episode. So good.
I mean, I don't know about that, but like was that the episode where like he was insisting that he doesn't really have this like talent And
yes,
yeah,
because like I'm not that smart. Like he says what happens, he's like I'm not that smart, and then you find out, unopposed to both of them, what he said is exactly what happened.
It's like
yeah,
literally
it's so like galaxy
verbatim.
brain off of just like not that much information.
Well, because if I remember correctly, it starts with Chitanda saying, Araki, you're so fucking giga-brained about these things. He's like, I'm really not. He's like, okay, what about this? Tell me what happened with this. And he comes up with this whole story that was correct. I was like, but I'm not. And then unaware to either of them, what he said was exactly what happened.
Yeah, no, and if Chitanda had found out, she'd be like, God damn, your dick has to be at least half the size of your brain, and if so, let me get on that.
dude.
I would die, but, it's worth it.
You know.
Yeah.
But, speaking of, like, because, I did like the one-offs, because that was one of the last episodes, right?
Yeah, I think it's in the last,
was it
5
earlier?
or so. It's after the Culture Festival for sure.
No, because I did think it was interesting that it just goes into like these little one-off episodes with these one-off mysteries or just or challenges for them. Because another one that I remember liking was the one I mentioned before, where they're at the New Year's stuff and they're stuck and they're trying to like come up with a clever way to get out of the situation without like in the best way, because like, oh well, if someone discovers us, it's gonna be awkward because high school boy trapped with high school girl, and like especially like there was a part where it's like, oh well, I could take the string from my obi, and Oraki's like, would that compromise you in any way? And she's like, yes. And it's like, well, let's not do that then, because that only would make things worse if they were found. So I don't know, that was a fun episode. It's just show's got some like a lot of cool little neat things, and it's nice.
Wowzers.
What the heck? Wowzers. There we go. This is foul what I'm doing right now. I shouldn't be doing this. Oh no. Oh no. So, Vindy.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. I literally just went pee and just got back as you're saying Vindy. So what's up?
Okay. Well, so I have something to ask you real quick, right?
Okay.
So you said the scene where they're on the bridge, right?
Yes.
What are you doing? Stop.
You mean this scene?
No.
That's literally not the bridge scene. What the heck?
Because I was talking about the scene between Araki and the other male on the bridge, where Araki like grabbed him by the collarbone.
No.
You motherfucker! You gotta grow up. You can't just keep two-timing her. You have to tell her, because the reason that scene is so good is because
that seems good.
Araki's telling his friend, like,
my bad.
You can't continue to be lazy about this. You can't continue
That's
to make no effort.
That's the second light episode. That's the second.
It is on a bridge. It is on a bridge.
That's the second to
it's
last
on a bridge. It's
episode.
fucking cold.
The one
It's on
what
the second
posted.
last-
The one what posted.
I know.
That doesn't look like it's on a bridge.
And the
Kinda
entire
was.
point is like Araki is saying, like, you can't be lazy like I am. Like, you
Please
have
don't
to
say
fucking
you are
grow up
lazy.
and tell people like you can't keep leading her on by not doing anything. You have to make a decision. Are you going
Is
to
that
be with her
Obama?
or are you not? And that's like so fucking good because it's literally Araki's deciding that from the beginning of the episode or from the beginning of the series to the end that like he has changed and he's telling other people to not live their life like he is and to actually like grow up and grow past that. And it's so fucking good.
I know. I was just calling what dumb for.
My bad. Sorry,
not
my
using
bad.
A scene that happened
Hold
on a
on,
bridge.
my bad, guys.
Because the joke doesn't make sense.
Well,
I still think it's a pretty good
Sad.
image.
It's so sad.
he's gonna say it, dude. He's gonna say it. Oh no,
The gamer word?
he might.
Anyway, are we ready to move on to final thoughts?
No, I've been racist against, so I have to avenge myself real quick.
Deservedly
What?
so.
Oh my
What's
god.
the one who's watched it like the most recently? I feel like you could like say a little more or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys are being really racist towards me. Thank you, Nun, for defending me. You are so cute.
You deserve it though.
What the heck?
A heck, dude. Anyway, yeah. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. No, I think the scenes leading up to that are really good. I think his because like during the cultural festival thing, there was like fucking 4 things going on at fucking once, right? There was like the whole thing about how like, oh my god, when we see fucking Orake's sister for the first time. Fucking like we only see her fucking from the mouth down and shit. So that was, oh my god, what is he typing now? What is he? He's gonna kill himself.
It's sad because like there's no way his sister isn't like mega hot. So not seeing her is cringe.
Yeah, we only see her tits, obscured by her fucking goofy clothing. Yeah, we see that scene where like there's like we have Satoshi trying to compete with fucking Oreki, right? And it's fucking, ooh, he fucking loses like a bitch, dude. Fucking loses like a fucking pussy.
Oh yeah.
Fucking, look, yeah, I like how it tied everything together. Oh my god, okay, so that's what the cultural festival did get some fucking tearing up out of me when like Mayaka finally goes to the one chick in the manga club, and she's you know she's been trying to like be like, oh no, they have a fucking Twitter argument over what makes a masterpiece, right? Like we put, one of them is trying to say that Cowboy Bebop's objectively a 10 out of 10. The other one's like, you know what, just let me like what I like, you know, whatever. so like
God damn it.
She's like, you know what, I have a super niche manga that you've never read in your life. I'm gonna bring and show it to you. And then she can't find it, but then like the one chick already knows. And the whole mystery is ties back to the manga. And it's fucking like we get the reason why the chick thinks like that, because she's like, if I read that manga, then I have to accept that Cowboy Bebop is a 10 out of 10, and I have to put it on my 3x3 or something like that, right? And she like fucking, that's why I keep Cowboy Bebop deep in my on hold list on my anime list, right? Or else I'll have to accept it. I'll have to talk to my friends about it and fucking own myself, right? And then she walks away, and then she fucking sees the drawing that she made on the railing, and it's the fucking logo for the manga that she read and was like, you know, this is good, but it's not as good as Cowboy Bebop, right?
Well, is anything.
I hate you so
much. No, but that scene's like, okay, memes aside,
I know it's
that scene's
good,
really good.
but just the way you talked about the scene.
You can't tell me that was not a conversation you saw on fucking Annie Twitter, right? That was 100% a conversation I saw.
Oh my God.
It was like I was about to cringe when they were talking about masterpieces until I fucking realized the point of the scene, where it's like, you know, this chick is like, how would you feel if you had been interested in manga your whole life, you've been writing it and stuff, and then your friend who barely shows an interest just says, hey, I'm gonna make a manga, and then fucking makes a banger on her first try, right? That would feel like shit.
That must be what both of y'all had felt when Nunmanji made his first video, right?
Exactly, right?
Why are you just lying?
I mean,
I'm not! I'm fucking not!
How come every time Vindy's grandma talks, she sounds like she's fucking escaping from the fucking, like, the fucking,
retirement home?
Food disposal, right?
Oh.
Yeah, the garbage disposal. Like, how come it sounds like that?
I just really love Nunmanji, okay?
It's kind of weird that an old lady is creeping on this young man like that. Kind of odd. Guilt.
Cougars. Anyway, I'm ready
I guess
to move
one
on,
more thing about like
unless
the
you guys have
cultural
more to say.
festivals, just
go
like,
ahead.
well, actually no, that was when they found out what Hyouka meant and stuff. That was before, like a little
that was
bit
before
before.
the Hyouka arc, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that mystery was like really good. Like, generally Hyouka has like smaller mysteries, but I thought that as like a bigger mystery, was really good, and like, it was cool to see the history of their school and kind of, the conflict between the students and the teachers. It was good. I kind of hope that like, I guess if Hyouka ever gets its light novel adapted again, like to continue it, there'd be like more bigger mysteries at some point, because like, I get the point of the smaller mysteries, but after Areki's changed and kind of what the series has done, I think it could like have more substantial mysteries if it wanted to. So I'd be kind of interested. And like, I don't think the whole series run can just keep having like smaller mysteries. Like, it has to have some like more bigger mysteries at some point.
It's
so I'd be interested.
totally leading up to something bigger. The fact that like the sister keeps popping up and doing things for them means that it's going to be building up to something bigger.
No, and I felt like there were some unresolved things, but
yeah, definitely.
This definitely tied to the sister, but it's been a while since I watched it.
I mean,
so
I'm sure the novels weren't
right
fully adapted by.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
They weren't.
Yeah, they weren't.
the novels,
ongoing,
are
right?
still
So-
ongoing according to Mal. So it's like, the story isn't done. Now, I don't think KyoAni will ever do a season
Yeah,
2 of
I don't think they
Hyouka.
would. Like,
But-
at
Enough money,
best,
they
they
only
would
make
do
this
like a
money.
movie,
The
but
story
like, I still
clearly
don't
isn't done.
think Hyouka would be the series
Yeah.
they would revisit.
I agree.
Yeah.
And like, it's a shame
I mean-
in the sense that like, KyoAni is usually like super on the ball with like being able to make endings feel conclusive, even though their material is technically ongoing, to where people don't even like question it or like realize. I mean, it sucks in a sense that I guess that people don't like go check out the source material because the KyoAni endings are so conclusive. But it is good for people who won't anyway, and or won't for a while. Like, even if I was interested in reading Hyouka, I wouldn't do it for a while. So kind of is unfortunate. It's like the one show that, at least from what I've seen, kind of you can tell more so that it's still ongoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like there, it is a shame though that like we might not ever see like it in anime form again. But
Yeah, I mean, this the original series does exist, and like, while it sucks that we'll never see it again, it's like I actually do think that the ending to the series is conclusive enough. Like, it might not be the best climax and with all the things done, but I think the fact that like the conversation that happens between Areki and Chiton in the last episode, and the fact that Areki basically states how he feels, and like even has the moment where he says like she mentions something that her family might need done. He's like, "Well, I'll do that for you."
Yeah, he's basically kind of just like help
like, he
for his
basically
entire
says,
life.
like,
Stay
I love
with
you,
yeah.
and I will spend the rest of my life
let's have sex
in that last episode
right now.
And so I think it's fine if it doesn't continue, because I think the anime as a whole largely focuses on Areki's change as a person, and that you kind of feel that even if he isn't fully changed,
where he's going to go with
the
his
series,
life.
where he's going, and it's very obvious how he has changed, and how Chiton is changing his life, and that she's not going anywhere in his life anytime soon.
Yeah. I just hope this happens in season 2, if it does ever get adapted.
Final
Let's
thoughts.
get that image. Look at that image real quick though.
Craftsdwarf.
I see it. Anyway, so I would give the show a 7 out of 10.
Wow.
There's a lot of cool things to like. I wouldn't say I loved it. Motorcycle fucker, get the fuck out of here.
Dude, he's
Anyway,
my favorite character.
But yeah, I don't know. I said there's a lot of things I enjoyed about it, but
Even though when we
much
started the
to say.
episode, you're literally like calling it mid, like so rude.
That's because I was mad at what for being a
What
piece
the
of shit.
fuck?
Okay.
That's so rude. Look, you know what? I'm on the bridge and I'm about to say a word that I'm gonna regret. All right.
All right, I'm done.
So I guess it's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Yoka's a 9. I mean, it's on my anime 4x4.
Oh, I didn't know Vindy's grandmother
sure.
watched enough anime to make a 4x4.
That's crazy.
Let him talk.
Sure, I haven't like updated it in or sure I haven't seen Hyouka in 4 years, but like my feelings on it and on like the moments that I really love in that show are so strong still that like it's in my favorite shows. Like, it's a 9. I fucking love the show. It's my third favorite KyoAni thing after K-On! And then Koi no Katachi. I really fucking like it. That's kind of where I stand.
Nice.
Before I give my score real quick, I forgot to mention the most important thing about this show.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's really
No
good.
spoilers.
The literal most important thing about this show is Penguin Chitanda. Right there. That's it.
I love how fucking like sheepish Areki gets when seeing Penguin Chitanda. Like he also loves it and starts blushing hard as fuck when he sees it.
It's the proper reaction.
Like that's what I love though, is that like this motherfucker isn't like so horny. It's like, oh, I don't see her tits. It's like he sees Penguin Chitanda and motherfucker's like, oh.
Dude,
he's gonna die of cute.
It's God. Imagine drawing this on purpose to fucking unlock something within the fucking people of the world, right? Like, come on. But anyway, Hyouka's a 7 out of 10. It didn't ruin me emotionally at any point. And also, I wasn't that big on one of the arcs. It was the one where they're literally trying to write the ending of that one film.
The movie one, right?
I was
unfortunate.
Like, yeah, it reminded me of film class at all times. So I just started like cringing out of my mind. But yeah, and they were trying to make a. I'm not gonna make another Cowboy Bebop anti-Twitter joke. I'm just gonna leave it there. 7 out of 10. Good show. You know, if it ever gets a season 2, maybe I'll consider like popping off and watching it again. Who knows? Oreki's also just really good main character, and I wanna make Chitanda curious about my dick. Anyway, Nunmanji.
I would also give the show a 7 out of 10 because, you know, the last time I rewatched it, I wanted to like it more, but there's not enough like hard hitting stuff in there for me personally, and you know, I really like Areki as a character, and you know, kind of the lesson that he learns throughout the series, and like, you know, he is the best part of it, and I would say he's a great character, but I still, it's just not like moments that I can think of that I really resonate super hard with, even if the idea behind his character is good. It does have some, like, a couple standout moments, you know, mostly in the school festival. The very end, I do like, you know, it's solid, but, you know, it's not something that I think about that much after having completed it twice. Maybe even 3 times. No, I think
made
twice.
a video on it.
Yeah, I did make a video on it.
Which I should watch.
It's a good video.
No.
I didn't watch it when.
Why don't you
I didn't watch it
suck
when it
my
came
dick,
out
man? It's a good
because
video.
I had
Nunmanji, you
but now I
make
have.
good content. Shut your fucking mouth.
It's a 2019 video. Like, I don't know why you think I've been.
It's still good.
Okay. Well, actually, no, not okay. You're wrong.
We're All Normies is a 2018 video.
Okay,
Are you gonna say
but
that's bad.
This is earlier for me making videos than
Nunmanji,
We're
put
All
the
Normies is for
whoever's
you.
editing this, put this on the screen right now. For this fucking video, everybody go watch it. It's a good video.
Nunmanji, why did you say Craftsdwarf? I edit the backlogs.
Hold on. Craftsdwarf, can you hear me for a second?
Hi.
Did you hear what I just heard?
Yeah.
Vindy saying editing? That doesn't make any sense.
I heard it the last time he said it too, and I trust him. He edited the Overlord
I
one.
don't
Shut up.
you. I don't believe such a thing happened.
Oh my god. Anyway, thank you for
Thank
listening.
you guys for watching.
I
Why
love
did
to
you make
Patreon
it
us,
past the
guys.
first
if
2
you
minutes of that?
clicked on this
Patreon.
video,
Me.
I love you, but especially if you made it an hour and 13 or 12 minutes into this
wow.
fucking episode.
Craftsdwarf, it's actually double the length that we thought this episode was.
I
gonna be.
love
Isn't that crazy?
you, and I'll give you a big old smooch right on your fucking brown starfish. You don't even gotta worry.
Can we talk real quick though? Can we talk about how Vindy said he wants me to fucking die? He said, "Kill yourself. I hope you die actually right now."
I think we've all
actually
said that
die
at some point in our
currently right
lives.
now. Kill yourself. And then he said, "Bye, bye."
Je vibrerai, je me suis perdu.